for Coquitlam-Millardville.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. I have the honour to present the first report of the Special Committee on Democratic and Electoral Reform for the first session of the 43rd Parliament, titled Toward a Stronger Democracy in BC. I move that the report be taken as read and received.
Members, the question you have heard. All those in favour say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Member.
Thank you. Honourable Speaker, I ask leave of the House to move a motion to adopt the report.
Is leave granted? Aye. Please continue.
Thank you. Honourable Speaker, I move that the report be adopted, and in doing so, I would like to make some brief comments. This report relates to the first part of the committee's mandate and examines topics associated with democratic engagement, voter participation, and models for electing members of the Legislative Assembly. To inform our work, the committee held public hearings across the province and received written submissions over the summer. In total, we received input from 987 participants, including 186 presentations and 801 standalone written submissions, covering a range of opportunities to improve our democracy. On behalf of all the committee members, I would like to sincerely thank the individuals and organizations who took the time to engage with the committee and share their ideas, experiences, and perspectives. Following the consultation period, our committee considered all the input to develop our 36 recommendations. These recommendations aim to strengthen BC's democracy by supporting British Columbians' participation and engagement, examining the efficacy of legislation and policy, and enhancing the responsibilities of and resources for Elections BC, political parties, and MLAs. The committee also recognized the significant level of input received during our presentations regarding electoral reform, while also acknowledging the need to have further conversations with British Columbians on this topic to ensure there is support and trust in any political changes. As such, the committee recommends considering establishing a People's Assembly to examine and make recommendations in consultation with experts on the model for electing members of the Legislative Assembly. Mr. Speaker, in the course of our deliberations, our committee had wide-ranging discussions on what we heard. While the committee members shared varied perspectives on different issues, we are in strong agreement that democracy is a living system that requires ongoing work and investment to ensure its health and resiliency. I would like to sincerely thank all of the committee members for the debate and dialogue we had throughout our deliberations and for their dedication and engagement in this work. I'd particularly like to thank and recognize the support of the Deputy Chair, the member for Kamloops North Thompson. I would also like to express my appreciation to staff in the Parliamentary Committee's office who supported our work, including Karen Ria, Katie Stickle, Mary Haig, Jared Brown, Ajit Bryson, Jonathan Hamilton, Hannah Kim, and Danielle Mijon, Alexa Neufeld, Emily Andrews, and Kayla Wilson. And thank you as well to the staff in Hansard Services for their assistance with our work. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Deputy Chair, member for Kamloops North Thompson.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I too would like to extend my gratitude to our committee members, including the Chair, the member for Coquitlam-Millardville, for their work, diligence, and for the extensive discussions we had on this part of our work in the last several months. I'd also like to recognize everyone who took the time to provide input to this committee. We sincerely appreciate hearing from people across BC about their experiences with and perspectives in our democracy and the various institutions that support it, and how we can all work together to improve it. In particular, throughout our work, we heard some of the challenges facing the province's democracy, and we've considered many ways to strengthen it. In particular, Mr. Speaker, committee members recognize that democratic participation is both a right and a civic duty, and that we all have an active role to play in the health of our democracy. To that end, we highlight the need to strengthen civic education and enhance the information and education provided to British Columbians. The committee also identified opportunities to increase democratic engagement and bolster voter participation. Additionally, we agree that accountability and transparency are fundamental democratic principles, and that measures to reinforce these principles are critical to maintaining a vibrant democracy. Finally, I'd also like to thank the staff in the Parliamentary Committee's office and Hansard, who supported our work around the province. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Leader of the third party. House Leader of the third party.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today to also speak in support of this report as a member proud of the work we did together as a committee. Thank you to my fellow committee members, to the staff who advised, coordinated, researched, and especially to the 987 people and groups who took the time to submit to the committee. We are so fortunate to have access to so many experts and so many British Columbians who took the time to share their knowledge, ideas, experiences, and perspectives on strengthening our democracy. I'm grateful to all of them for prioritizing this important work in their lives. In these times, Democratic and Electoral Reform is some of the most important work that this House can undertake. It speaks directly to how decisions are made, by whom, and with what supports. It impacts how our society is organized, how all perspectives and interests of British Columbians are represented in this chamber, and what we teach our children about civic responsibility. I'm so glad, therefore, that this report represents the efforts of all parties in this House, that members from across this House have put aside their partisan interests, which are very partisan at times, and look directly at what's best for the future of the province. I look forward to hearing of timely implementation of all the recommendations in this report. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.